What is up guys, Jarv here, back today jumping into Destiny. We are back with another This Week in Destiny, giving you all the heads up on everything that you can expect for the up and coming week. This week sees the return of Grandmaster Nightfalls and double rewards. On top of that, we've got a brand new raid challenge in the Master King's Fall raid. On top of brand new seasonal challenges, and more importantly, what Tess has available for Bright Dust this week. This week is absolutely stacked, so be sure to stick around and enjoy the video. If you do enjoy the video, be sure to leave a comment and rating down below, and remember to subscribe for more Destiny 2 content. Just over 65% of the viewers on the channel aren't currently subscribed, so be sure to hit that red button and ring that bell to make sure you don't miss an update. But without further delay guys, let's jump into the video. Another week and another This Week in Destiny, and this week sees the return of Grandmaster Nightfalls to Destiny 2. These will kick off on the 4th of October, and for those of you that are new to Destiny 2, this will be your first opportunity to earn the Conqueror's Seal. But if you've already earned that previously, this will be an opportunity to use the Catch-Up node to gild your Conqueror title. Remember, this is only available if you gild the Conqueror title in a previous season, or you've completed all the triumphs for the Seal during the current season. Now this Catch-Up node will disappear once you gild your Conqueror title, and each Nightfall can only be completed the once. Now as for Nightfall rewards, these will depend on the weapon drops that are available for any given week, and these will be locked to the weekly drops. Now as for your power level, you'll need to be 1595 in power, including your seasonal artifact, in order to enter Grandmaster Nightfalls in Season 18. If you're a few power levels short, then make sure to get your seasonal challenges done, and we'll cover those later in the video. Now from here we're going to move over to the new raid challenge in the King's Fall raid, and this week's challenge is called Gaze Amaze. Now this challenge takes place over at the Golgoroth encounter, and this is where Golgoroth's gaze can only be taken when the gaze holder is in a pool of reclaimed light. So what this means, if you have Golgoroth's gaze, you must drop down into the arena and be inside one of the pools of the reclaimed light before your partner takes that gaze from you. Now the key to this challenge is when the gaze is taken by any other player on your fire team, the person that loses the gaze needs to be in a pool of reclaimed light. If you lose the gaze by dying or the damage phase ends, this will not affect the challenge. Now if you and your fire team can absolutely nail it, you'll get a second raid chest, which should grant you a harrowed weapon and also some sweet high stat armor. So whether you're chasing down this awesome loot or you're looking to earn yourself the Kingslayer seal by the end of the season, make sure to jump into the master version of the King's Fall this week and get that raid challenge done. Now next up we're going to move on to their featured raid and dungeon for this week, and Garden of Salvation is back in rotation. This launched alongside Shadowkeep, and as the featured raid, all the raid challenges will be available this week. It's a perfect opportunity to round out any triumphs that you haven't got done for the Garden of Salvation, or get those fire teams together to earn your Divinity Trace Rifles. As for the featured dungeon, this is the Prophecy dungeon that launched alongside Season of Arrivals and is a firm fan favourite. It's one of the best sources for high stat armor, and also has some sweet exclusive rewards if you can solo this dungeon or even complete it flawlessly. Now if you can defeat the final bosses for these two featured activities, you'll also earn an additional pinnacle reward, which is what you'll need if you're looking to jump into Grandmaster Nightfalls this week. Now from here we're going to move over to Dares of Eternity and its 30th anniversary pack activity, and we have just 2 armor sets available this week. We have the Braytech suit set back from Warmind alongside the Lost Pacific suit set back from Destiny 2 Vanilla. If you missed out on these armor sets, these can drop during the activity or upon activity completion itself. As for the weapons this week, we got a massive range of weapons from Season of Arrivals, including the first in last out shotgun, the Lonesome Sidearm, the Gnawing Hunger Auto Rifle, the Nightwatch Scout Rifle, the main ingredient, the Ikelos SMG, the Long Shadow Sniper, the Steel Sibyl, the Toil and Trouble, the Last Perdition Pulse Rifle, the Wishbringer Shotgun, the Last Dance Sidearm, and also the Ikelos Sniper Rifle. Some of these weapons are still worth chasing, so if you don't have god rolls on them, make sure to jump into Dares to pick them up this week. Now next up we're going to move on to the weekly activities, and alongside the return of Grandmaster Nightfalls, Glassway also returns as the main Nightfall this week. Glassway is certainly one of the trickier Nightfalls in the rotation, but if you can pull it off, not only are double rewards available to you, but also the DFA is available as an adept weapon this week. The adept weapon is exclusive to the Grandmaster difficulty, but if you can pull it off on the legend, hero or master difficulty, then the normal version of the DFA is also available. Now as for the Crucible, Showdown returns once again, so if there are seasonal challenges that you have outstanding that require this game mode, then make sure to jump into Crucible this week to knock out those seasonal challenges. Now as well as Showdown, Crucible Labs also returns with Zone Control available. Crucible Labs is Bungie's way of testing out experimental game modes, so be sure to jump into that to help Bungie develop future content. Now from here we're going to move on to Legend and Master Lost sectors, and as of Tuesday's reset, the Quarry will be in rotation. You'll need to face Barrier and Unstoppable champions, and for that a new pair of exotic boots are available. On Wednesday, Excavation Site is in rotation, also with Barrier and Unstoppable champions, however this time a new pair of gauntlets are up for grabs. On Thursday we'll be heading over to Europa and the Concealed Void to face a Barrier and Overload champions with a chance of getting a hands on a brand new exotic chess piece. On Friday this week, Bunker E15 will be in rotation, also with Barrier and Overload champions, however this time exotic helmets are up for grabs. On Saturday, Perdition is in rotation, once again with Barrier and Overload champions, however this time it'll be another opportunity to earn an exotic pair of boots. As for Sunday this week, the Conflux will be in rotation, this time with Barrier and Unstoppable champions, and this will grant another opportunity to grab a pair of exotic gauntlets. And finally on Monday, K1 Crew Quarters will be in rotation over on the Moon with Barrier and Overload champions, granting another opportunity at those sweet exotic chess pieces. So with those Legend and Master Lost sectors in mind, be sure to plan your week accordingly to make sure you can pick up the exotic loot that you need before heading into Master Raids and Grandmaster Nightfalls in Season 18. Now from here we're going to head over to Seasonal Challenges, and once again there are 7 new Seasonal Challenges in Week 7 of Season 18. We have Antiquarian 7, so here you need to return the 7th Relic to the Helm, whilst also defeating powerful Vex throughout the system, and defeating more powerful combatants will award bonus progress. That's alongside Efficient Expedition, and here you need to complete expeditions in each destination in under 10 minutes. That's alongside Shaper 2, and here you need to level seasonal shaped weapons up to level 10, and you need to complete 3 weapons in total. That's alongside Underhanded, and here you need to defeat targets with sidearms and defeat jolted combatants, and defeating combatants in Catch Crash and defeating guardians will award bonus progress. That's alongside Closing In, and here you need to defeat targets with machine guns, sniper rifles and swords all in Gambit, and defeating guardians will award bonus progress. The penultimate challenge this week is Fleeting Glory, and here you need to complete Crucible matches in the Glory playlist and earn bonus progress for wins. And the final challenge this week is called Grandmaster, and here you need to complete a Nightfall strike on the Grandmaster difficulty. Now some of these challenges offer repute, whilst most offer Challenger XP, and on top of that Bright Dust is also available, which brings us nicely onto the final section of this week's video, and that's what Tess has available for Bright Dust in Week 7 of Season of Plunder. Now over in the featured Bright Dust shelf we have an exotic emote called Hit the Bag. This is from Season of the Worthy, so if you missed out on this one you can pick it up this week for 3,250 Bright Dust. That's alongside Gigante's Carrier, an exotic ship from Season of the Chosen, so once again if you're collecting and missed out on this one, this will set you back 2,000 Bright Dust this week. Next up we have a Transmat effect called Dreaming Shimmer. This is brand new this season and has been setting people back 200 silver, but if you fancy this you can pick it up this week for 450 Bright Dust. As for the shader this week, this is Laguna Cruiser. This is from Season of the Hunt, so if you like the look of my Warlock that you see here and missed out on this one, you can pick it up this week for just 300 Bright Dust. Now over in the main Bright Dust store we have the Hatchling Huddle. This is a brand new emote introduced in Season 18 and has been costing 1,000 silver, so if you like the look of what you see you can pick it up this week for 3,250 Bright Dust. That's alongside the Metropolis exotic Ghost Shell. This was introduced in Season of the Chosen as well, so once again if you're collecting this will set you back 2,850 Bright Dust. Alongside that we have a new exotic Sparrow called Skiff Scooter, so if you like the look of this Fallen themed Sparrow that was introduced this season, this will set you back 2,500 Bright Dust. Now you'll find that alongside the Metropolitan Frigid, an exotic ship that was also introduced in Season of the Chosen, so for those collectors amongst you that will set you back 2,000 Bright Dust this week. Now next up we have exotic armor ornaments, and these will vary depending on which class of Guardian you visit tests with. For you hunters you have an ornament for your Shards of Galanor called the Blued Steel. For your Titans, you have one for your Doomfang Pauldrons called the Lordly Homage. And for your Warlocks, you have one for your Winter's Guile, and this is called Dead of Winter. So if you're looking to pick these all up, you'll need to pay Test a visit with each class, with each exotic ornament setting you back 1500 Bright Dust this week. The penultimate item on offer this week is a ghost projection called Thumbs Up. Surprise, surprise, this was also available in Season of the Chosen and can be picked up for 1500 Bright Dust this week. And the final item available from Tess in week 7 is called Directive Crash. This is an exotic weapon ornament for the Sleeper Simulant. So if you're looking to pick up this awesome Siva themed ornament, then make sure to pick it up this week, and this will set you back 1250 Bright Dust. So there we have it, guys, a good look on everything that you can expect for week 7 of Season of Plunder. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to check out one of the 2 videos you see here in these cards for more Destiny 2 content. And if you want to keep up to date with everything to do with Destiny 2, then be sure to hit subscribe as well. I'm going to jump into the game as always, guys, and I will catch you all again very soon.